Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Thank you for joining me again. This is the start of a project known as Runestone Monastery. As you see, I'm not on the Reforged server at the moment. I am in a single player world, and we have updated to Minecraft 1.16.5 version of the Conquest Reforged mod. And it is also paired with Filthy Coin's Victory mod, which you'll see showcased today in today's video. So enjoy the time lapse that you see going on right now, and enjoy the music. And I'm going to be talking a little bit about the history of the monastery that's being built. It's not all going to be built in this one video. I'm doing it in multiple parts, but it is going to be shown, as well as lore that I've got ideas from viewing videos of Filthy Coins and other YouTube videos that I've seen around. So I'm taking that idea, I wrote some lore and backstory to this. So enjoy the time lapse and the music, and we'll get into the lore. The first thing we'll be talking about is the Faith of the Eight, which is the primary religion on the world of Phaedra. The Faith of the Eight is an antiquated religion with 8 main powerful gods and countless of minor gods. Each god controls one aspect of everyday life for the mortals on the planet. Here are just a few to be named. Kiran is the first god, the Ancient One, who created everything around, including Phaedra and the 2 moons. Ilaria is the white moon, and Argus is the red moon. Argus is also the name of another major god, who is the brother of Kiran. Argus is the god of death and the underworld, and for ferrying their souls from life into death. Andraste is the goddess of nature and animals. Wick is the god of fortune, and Ada is the goddess of energy, other known as magic. So now we will talk about the Order of Andraste. The Order of Andraste was founded by Brother Doran and Brother Willem. They both believe prayer and work is the pillar of a pure daily life. It is 892 AC after Chaos. While serving the Faith of the Eight in Barrowtown, Brother Doran witnessed a lot of corruption within the leadership of the Chantry. After years of sending letters to Father Kellen voicing concern of corruption within the local Chantry and not getting a response, he decided to leave the Chantry and head east. After traveling for a while, he arrived in Blacklight, where he met another brother of the Eight named Willem. While inquiring about the local Chantry in Blacklight, Brother Doran learned of corruption in that Chantry as well. The final straw came when the pair witnessed a fellow brother steal money and food from the Chantry's almshouse. The pair then packed their bags and acquired a donkey and traveled east. After traveling for about 5 days, they stopped to rest under a dragon hornbeam tree. While dreaming, the goddess Andraste appeared to the 2 monks and told the 2 of a storm coming, and that they needed to seek shelter, while pointing to a small cave to the south of the dragon hornbeam. Andraste explained that they had arrived to their new home, and within the cave were resources they would need to build a new chantry at the top of the rocky hill and start anew. Andraste stated that they needed to provide a shelter for all mortals, no matter their race or religious belief. As long as the 2 stayed true to the teachings of Andraste, the chantry would be successful. But if the two became corrupt, like their brothers in Barrowtown and Blacklight, the Chantry would crumble to dust. Then Andraste disappeared and the pair woke up from their sleep. Believing and trusting Andraste's word, Brother Willem entered the cave to find the Runestone, while Brother Doran traveled to Blacklight seeking help from tradesmen, pilgrims, and anyone else who wanted to travel to Runestone Hill to help build the monastery. Unfortunately, Doran was not successful at recruiting any help within Blacklight. Defeated, Doran traveled back to Runestone Hill alone to tell Willem that he failed. Upon returning back to the cave, Brother Willem came running out of the cave holding a white stone with a small etched symbol of Andraste. As they were studying this stone and turning it over and over in their hands, they heard a clopping sound behind them. And as they turned around, they were both surprised because they saw their friend Matteo from Blacklight, a dwarven blacksmith, arriving with a carriage full of tools and supplies. Matteo grinned at the monks as they looked behind the blacksmith to see a large caravan of people arriving to Runestone to help build the new chantry and follow the teachings of Andraste. And that is the beginning of the story of Runestone. I hope you enjoyed the lore. So sit back and enjoy the rest of the time lapse. I'll see you after. And we are back from the time-lapse. I hope you enjoyed. So here we are on the show around of the outskirts of the monastery. I do have my render distance at a low 8 chunks, only because I get a little laggy above that, probably because of all the trees and stuff, and I do have an older computer. So, but I am happy to be able to be running the 1.16 version of the Conquest Reforged mod. And you saw the path going out of the monastery area. There's going to be another one going in the other direction up there. But down here, I actually plan to build like a small village for like a mine. And there's going to be a mine right on over there where you see that section over there. It's actually Minecraft generation that goes through the other side of that mountain, but I'm going to dig out a mine and stuff for an episode. So that's going to be fun to do. I still have yet to figure out the lore of that. But yeah, in this part of the video I just wanted to show you pretty much what I finished here and some of the cool mods I added in, as well as the Conquest Reforged. I know from doing a lot on the Darwin servers, they like layers and stuff, but I wanted a generated world, and then I'd fix in layers as I go. That way I don't really have to think too much about how the world shape is going to be, and it gives me a base work to do it with. So, let's go right on up. When we first come up, on our left we have stables, granary, a stable master's hut, and other animal pens and stuff. And on our right we have some fields. So first we're going to go into this field here. We have different types of crops in here, like wheat, flax, and barley, which are some of the crops that we have in the mod. And just really wanted to make this area look a little lively and add in a small scarecrow as well. I know that looks a little dirty and I could have done something a little different. But yeah, I do like it, how this turned out. This is, I know it doesn't really look that much layered, but it actually is just the plants sink down into the different layers, and it actually goes down this way, and it also goes down this way a little bit, just like one layer at two, so it's like very small, like noticing, like you see right there, because of the type of terrain that I want it to be. And then when we come up the road, we have a split in the road, where the road would have gone around this rock. This rock would have been hard to have a road go around anyways, so this way goes up into the monastery, and this way goes into the granary and horse stables and stuff, and this is going to continue on up there towards the meadery. So in here we're going to go into the granaries first on our left, using the victory mod as well. There are some shelving and some other things in here too. Just trying to figure out the victory mod, like these shipping crates here, which is pretty cool. You can do different variants of them by using the debug stick, and these supports, these roof supports and stuff, which I really do like. There are different like wood types that they have for this. And I do like this. This building was actually inspired by a actual granary in a castle. I forgot the name of the castle, but it had like a small, like, sloped roof, and then like a really sloped roof on the side. With Minecraft limitations, this is really the best I could really think of doing, unless if I did like a side stair there, but then it would have looked a little wonky. But I don't know, maybe I could change it up and show you in a future video. One of the other mods that I have in here that I added in is custom NPCs. So when talking to them, this is a glitch here that happens whenever you open a gate. So when talking to them, they will do like dialogue and stuff, but I haven't set it up yet. And this guy's name is Bastion. He is the stable hand, and he's also a hobbit. You can change his size, his go on Skindex, Minecraft Skindex, and link the URL code into put his skin in there. So I found like a medieval farmer skin. So when clicking on them, they will talk to you and they will interact with you. I just have not set it up yet. And it says hello Storm's Ghost, because they go by player name and stuff. And so I have a couple stables in here. There's 4 stables. They probably only need 2, and then 2 is for like visitors and dignitaries. There may be stables that are in there. I did originally design this with stables in mind, but now there's stables here too. This might be for like lower class people come in to visit. I do plan to do some like cottages in this section here, but I wanted to get an episode out and I didn't know exactly how I wanted to do the layout of it. But there's going to be cottages for people to stay in here and stuff, so maybe they bring their horses in. And this horse is actually the workhorse for the monastery, bringing the mead that they have into that town that I'm going to build down there, and then further down, which I have been exploring the map, and coming down this way, I have linked areas where there might be like different towns and stuff, and this is a mod called Terraforged that I did for this. So it's not regular Minecraft generation, so I put possible cities, so they travel all the way over from there to here, which means I'll have to build a road system. I might do that in an episode, a couple. But I found different locations. I still have a lot to explore in this world since it's all generated and stuff, and yeah, I really like it. So this is the stables here. We have Baston's cloak and hat right here, and this is part of the victory mod here, having a horse stable sign. Any visitors come on up the path here, they say, oh okay, we can put our horses in here. I did try to have the horse not tethered by a lead, but he kept jumping over, and having like a double gate looked rather silly to me. So I decided to just have him tethered, like maybe Bastion, having him go around in a circle around here, giving him exercise, something like that, but who knows. We'll just hop right on over that. So here in this, well, in the first silo that you saw, there's more grain and stuff, and then in here there's like more like vegetables in this granary, and fruit and stuff, some oranges, apples. The oranges is actually part of Victory mod. The flower, yeah, I believe it's part of Victory mod, but I just really like it. Like, each one holds different items, and there are windows for ventilation, but it's also raised up above the ground, so then any rainwater wouldn't like get any of it wet. This is even, I mean, the water would flow down this way and down over here, and I really like on how it turned out, especially with this table. Maybe there's I'll put down another NPC who's working here, just chopping vegetables and stuff, and getting things ready for dinner. Now, most of the like cottages and stuff, they will have like small kitchens when I do build them and stuff, places to eat, because they're not part of the actual monastery. They're not part of the members, so they wouldn't eat in the Great Hall unless invited, so they'd have their own like little areas to eat. But once you're in the monastery, there are going to be like small like buildings like this where there will be beds and stuff, but there's going to be like a huge dining hall and stuff, and like a huge library, and the buildings are more, the side buildings are more for like residential and stuff. you do see puffs of smoke going up in the air. To be able to do that, what I did was I put hay underneath a campfire, and then like this, you see the smoke is getting trapped right in there, but if you put a piece of string over the block, it can come through. But having hay underneath the campfire makes the smoke go up really high. So it actually looks like the smoke is in use, like the fireplace is in use. So having it kind of hidden back there, you don't see the flames of the fire, but you do see the smoke coming up from the chimney, which is pretty cool, I think. Instead of just doing the smoke. I mean, there are smoke particle effects in the mod, but they do stay within that one block thing, so I'd have to like put blocks all over to make it look like it's moving, but this does the trick instead, and I really like that instead. So I did add in a chicken coop, and as you probably saw in the video, that the chickens kept escaping, so I unfortunately had to put them down and collect the eggs and stuff. So I need to figure out a way to keep these chickens from escaping the coop. I do like on how that turned out. This here is the Conquest version of the roof support, just turned inside out. So it kind of has these cool like overlays and stuff right there, and I really like it. It makes it look good for like little pens and coops and stuff. In this one here we have, as you saw in the video, a sheep pen where they have their sheeps here for like their fabrics that they need and stuff, for their clothing, for blankets that they need, and yeah. And here we have little tiny I don't know if it would be called a stable, but it's more like a area to place carts and stuff to keep them dry. There is one cart that is up over at the monastery, like outside the gate and stuff, where travelers would be, where they bring the things up, and maybe travelers would want to come up to the monastery itself to buy things, and they do have a vegetable stand there, where they sell their goods and stuff. So one cart's up there, but this other one here, maybe one more for longer distances and stuff. And what we have here is a pig pen that I designed. I've been looking a lot on Google and stuff on medieval pig pens. Saw things from video games, from I'm trying to remember the name of the video game. It's a newer one. It's called Medieval Dynasty. That's a it's kind of like a mix of Kingdom Come Deliverance and a world kingdom building game. So seeing on how they designed their things is pretty much on what I used there. And it's obviously being worked on now. Like it's really dirty in here, of course, because the pigs like to roll around in the mud and whatever. Here we come into the stable hand, farmhand lodge here. This is where his name Baston sleeps, and we'll meet another NPC in here as well. But what I like about this is this victory mod windowsill decorations and stuff. There are different variants, they have different things in it, and it really brings it to life. Like, it really brings it out and makes it look a little different. As you saw in the time-lapse, I started building one, and then it got ripped down. Then I decided I was happy with this one. Just building in a diagonal, I'm not that great at, so it's really just trying to go ahead and just building what I could. And so let's go right on in. And when we come in, as I said, there are small kitchen areas. Yes, they do work for the monastery, but they have their own little eating area. Maybe they wouldn't be able to eat at the same time, and they'd get their food and bring it out over here, which is why they don't have any like real pots and pans here. It's not really a big enough area to cook things, but they definitely bring their meals in here. So these chairs from the Victory mod are very cool. They you can have them like straight, and then if you use the debug stick, you can have them at different angles and stuff. Look like they're pushed into the table, and I really like that. I think it's really cool. So here we have Fendrel. He's here. He is the horse master. So he is sleeping in one of these beds here, which is also part of the Victory mod, the boots and the chamber pod as well. So yeah, I really liked how this turned out. It's rather simple since it's for a monastery. It wouldn't be very decorated. The only decorations would probably be like the stuff in the chapels and the in like the important rooms. They'd probably have like gold chalices, stuff like that, like really ornamental stuff there. These are more for living. They wouldn't spend a lot of their time in here, so they wouldn't really need a lot in here but the basics. So they have like a wardrobe for their clothing, clothing and shelves, and these cool beds. I really like how it turned out in here. One of the things I was running into is how to build the interiors diagonally, and I kind of figured it out. I think I like how it turned out. Just with this fireplace deep in here, and it looks like it was dug into the wall, and more here to keep the place warm at night. And yes, I really like it a lot. So we're going to leave this section of the build and go down this path that you saw, one of the last areas of me building in the time lapse, and we're going to come out this way. I really did enjoy building this tree. This is the second tree I built in using this mod. The first one was that apple tree there, but just figuring out branches and stuff like that's really fun, and it's a little harder to place leaves down. But I really like how it turned out. I think it turned out very well. So we're going to come up here, up to the tiered gardens. As I said, this is a monastery that's focused on mead. And of course they'd have an apiary, and that stuff is going to be built in this section of the hill going up, and then there's going to be an exit going out that way. So that's going to be up in this part of the map, and then as I said, the map is going to go out this way, and there's going to be another road going out in this direction, which I have to explore this way for a bit. But I found this river, and I just wanted to follow it, and I ended up finding this section here that I really liked. I will eventually take down a lot of these trees because they are vanilla trees, and I don't like vanilla trees. I want to build my own trees like this. So I need to come up with a repository of my own trees to put down, but for now at least it makes it look green and not empty. So, being an apiary and meadery from honey, which is fermented honey mead, is fermented honey wine, which is pretty much a medieval drink, which I do enjoy at Renaissance fairs. They need a lot of flowers and stuff, so this is why they have all these different flowers here. So then the bees come in and pollinate, get what they need for honey and stuff, and of course other butterflies and bugs come in here as well. In this section here, they also do have more flowers and stuff growing in here, as well as an apple tree. Now, this part of the time-lapse was a little harder to see because of the angle, but this is more small gardens for pollination and stuff, and a small storage area, as well as a place for where the monks who wanted to come out and enjoy themselves during some downtime, when there is downtime, if there is, comes out here and maybe enjoy some mead and play some games. And what I like about this is it looks a little bit like Yahtzee here, like dice game of Yahtzee. And yeah, people engaged in on this. So, I mean, they could also be visitors here as well. I also like this lantern design here as well, and using the new blocks for the mod to make hangers and stuff for lanterns. There is no interior to the tower yet, as I haven't done the interior for the monastery. So I'm not sure exactly like how I want the interior yet, because I'm not sure where the door is 100% going to be, but there is a door in there. There are stairs going up to the second level. So coming up to this next section here, we have more flowers here in a small pond. And yeah, herbs here as well, like there's thyme and what else is here? Basil. Oops, that's not what I meant to press. Parsley, that's parsley. So there are other herbs here and stuff that they'll need for like potion mixing and stuff, because there's going to be like an alchemist on site who needs a bunch of this stuff to make like healing potions as well. And the same for this section here, like just more plants and stuff that they need to help their monastery grow. So this is the food stand, flower like stand that they have that I was telling you guys about, that they would sell their goods at. I could have put down a NPC here, but it was late at night by the time I got there to sell it. But they have here the eggs from the chickens that ran off and disappeared over there, and a bunch of apples. There's going to be an orchard I'm going to put in. Maybe the orchard's going to be down the hill. I'm not sure 100% where. And then some herbs and stuff that they sell, and some of their own potions too, which is part of the victory mod as well. And I really do enjoy this mod. Thank you, Filthy Coin, for coming up with it and having it be part of the Conquest, having it be compatible with it and built upon thinking with Conquest in mind. It just adds so much more to the build as well. I really enjoy it, so thank you for that, at least from me, and I know there's several other Minecraft builders who love it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you have, leave a like, leave a comment on any ideas for like an apiary, and be sure to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. I know it's just a click for you guys, but it means a bunch to me, and I appreciate every single one of my subscribers. I know it's been a little while since I came out with a building video, and that this has taken a while to build, but I just wanted a bigger, more content on the first video coming back, and the next video I might be doing something smaller, shorter video, but I do appreciate you joining me in on this one. And until the next one, I'll see you then. Bye.